Hey everyone, it's been a little while since I gave you guys an update. As you may or may not know, I signed myself up for an Ironman 73 and it's next month. It's in about 4 weeks, but I've never done a sanctioned triathlon before. So I've never done a triathlon competition that was timed and everything like that. So I went ahead and last week I randomly signed up for the last triathlon that was in my area this year because I knew that to feel confident going into this Ironman, I needed to have completed a triathlon to know what I needed to do and if there was any setbacks or tips I can gain from doing a triathlon. And so I signed up for a triathlon that was like an hour south of me and it was awesome. I was really nervous going into the triathlon. I was like, I don't know what to expect. I feel a little overwhelmed, and even though it was a sprint triathlon, which is about a fourth of the distance, I was still pretty nervous. A sprint triathlon is still very significant. When people are like, oh, I just did a sprint triathlon, that's still 800 and some yards swimming, 13 miles biking about, and 3.1 miles running. And so even though it's just a sprint triathlon, that's still some significant work. Just like just a 5K. 3 miles is a pretty awesome thing to do. So I was nervous going into it, but I got there really early. I got up around 4:30. I ate my breakfast. The day before I did really well, eating often and a lot of carbs. I tried my best to eat throughout the whole day and eat normally and high in carbs, lower in fiber, just because I didn't want to have any GI problems before the race. Even though it was just a practice, I used it as a practice. I used it as just like a hard workout. So I pushed myself, but I didn't go all out because one, I didn't want to get injured before the Ironman. And two, it was really so I could learn the ropes, like get into transition, see what I need to do differently for my actual race. And so I got there. The triathlon community is great. You get there, everyone's chatting with each other, people that know each other and people that don't know each other. I got there, I checked in, I got my chip, I put my stuff in the transition area. I didn't really know a lot about it, so I asked a lot of questions. I was like, do I walk my bike out to the road? Am I riding the bike out to the road? And they told me like there's certain places where you mount and you dismount and they'll tell you, which is great. I actually didn't even really know the direction of the swim and the run, so I checked that out. Then I actually let myself get in the water because I knew I was uncomfortable swimming in a lake/pond situation because it's dark and obviously I'm used to swimming in a lap pool. So I got in the water, I felt it out a little bit, kind of warmed up, and then I just kind of chilled until my race started. And it was a lot longer than I expected. I fueled properly beforehand. I made sure I had some carbs and protein and a little bit of fats because I got up so early and I knew there was still a couple hours before my race. So I had a piece of homemade sourdough, some peanut butter, some egg whites. And then once I got there, about an hour out, I had a banana after I warmed up a little bit. And then I had some dates right before, but honestly, I could have eaten a little bit more before the race because I did wait longer than expected. And I kind of was actually hungry waiting to get into the water. We got in the water one by one, which was nice because I was a little nervous of like being so close to people. I did have to go around people and there were some people that were like breaststroking that I kind of had to like dodge. But I just kind of made sure that I was on path the whole time. So I would stroke a few times, then look up. And then I kept myself, I went kind of farther around where I had to go around because there were some people that were like lingering around the buoys and I wanted to just, not get in their way. So I went around them. Swim felt amazing. I honestly like didn't even feel tired. It was more or less just like a fun experience. And then I go to my transition. That's still a learning experience to get down. I dried off my feet, put my socks on, put my shoes on, took my bike, and I did like a light jog. I didn't want to be walking out into the street, but I did like a light push. And then I jumped on my bike. Bike felt really good. I had to pass a lot of people, and that was nerve-wracking for me because you have to stay at like a specific distance behind bikers, which I get it. You don't want to it's called drafting, getting close to them and being in line with them and like using their speed, and also just safety. You want to give them some space. And then when you pass them, you kind of you go around on the left, you let them know you're coming, and then you get back into a position. Whereas since it was a staggered start, there were definitely people I had to pass. And there's people that I probably passed from the international as well, just because they kind of overlapped. So the bike was pretty great. It was easy. I was pushing the whole time, but I was a little nervous. I pushed a little too hard just because my legs were going to be fatigued for the run. But I jumped off the bike, I dismounted, didn't fall, which was great. I was a little bit nervous about that. So dismounted, changed up my shoes. Actually, before the bike, I put my gels in my bra and I went on my way because I knew I had to fuel up on the bike. I do wish that I grabbed another gel before my run because I stopped in the middle of the run to grab a gel and a water from the people there, which I'm thankful that they had that stuff. But I would have liked to have my own gel that like I know sits well with my stomach, but it's okay. Fueling is fueling. And so I think a lesson learned is I need to fuel more next time, and I just need to fuel more consistently. But I got off my bike, got my transition, started my run. My first mile was pretty fast. My first mile was like 6 something. And so I definitely was like excited getting into the run, and then I settled into a good pace. I try to be around 8:30, but I think like in the end, like my average was like 7:50 something, which I was really proud of. I really was just going for under 9 because it was my first experience, especially going off the bike, and I went a little hard on the bike. But the run felt really good. The only thing that I felt was like my lower back was really tight because on a tri bike, you're like bent down. And so your back is bent, and then you go run and it's a lot of force on your lower back. So I feel like everything felt fine. Obviously it's hard. It's a race. Like it's going to be hard, but I felt very refreshed at the end. Like I think I had a little more in the tank than I expected. So like the last mile I was pushing like 7 something. I felt really good, and the triathlon community once again was like so great. I was like bantering with people along the way. I was like, people were hyping me up. I was hyping other people up. Like I actually had a few people at the end of the race be like, thank you, like I needed that. And it's just fun. It's fun to be in a environment like that where it's kind of like everyone wants everyone to win. So it was really great. Everyone there was really welcoming. And it was a fun race. I enjoyed myself. And that was like my biggest goal going into it, because I knew I was taking it as like a workout, was I wanted to enjoy the experience. Because one, I needed to go slow enough that I could think and figure out like what I needed to know for the big race. And also to enjoy myself. It was a beautiful course. The day, like the weather was great. The water was, even though you couldn't really see, the water felt so good. And so it was really fun. I think I was like 4th or 5th female overall, and then I did get first in my age group, so like that was very exciting. And I'm just really proud of myself because it was a last minute thing. I used it as a workout, but I'm proud of myself for just having fun. Past couple years, I've been very intense about races and things like this, and I'd be pretty disappointed on how I did, but I was really proud of myself because I felt so good. My knee didn't really have any pain until like afterwards. Like during the race, I didn't feel my knee at all, which was a really great sign because my knee had been bothering me during some of my runs. So I'm happy to know that my knee was feeling good. I was feeling good. And I feel like although the Ironman 73 is 4 times the distance, I know I can definitely do it, but I want to do it well, and I want to do it fueled, and I don't want to get injured. So long story short, I had a really fun time at my first triathlon. It is definitely an experience, and anyone really can do it. Obviously, if you're a triathlete, you're going to do it to your best ability, but it is a fun experience if you just wanted to try one out. Just a great practice for what's to come, and I'm really proud of myself because I did fuel very consistent and often, and I think the last couple weeks have been really stressful for me, and a lot of the times I've been like wanting to kind of like over exercise and restrict, but I just keep telling myself that like I have this Ironman to get ready for, and I can't go into it under fueled and not well and under, like I need to be strong for this Ironman. And so that's really pushing me to just keep eating and keep fueling every day. So I'm very thankful that I'm going to be doing this with my dad and my husband, and just follow along to see how the rest of my journey goes. And if you've never tried a triathlon, go ahead and try it out. It was super fun, and I'll see you next time.